She's stuck in traffic, but she should be there soon. So I told her to.
Hi, Megan.
Hi, Anna.
I'm so sorry I'm late.
Sorry.
I was in traffic and it was just ridiculous. Hi.
Totally fine.
How are you?
I'm fine. How was your day?
It was eventful. I started practical today. And this morning, sorry, I'm out of breath because I'm really anxious and I was running. This morning, I drove to the school. I have to take the N1 to get to it. And I got in a small accident.
Oh, no.
But it was, I know. But luckily, there was no damage to the car or to my own car. And the people in the car were really nice. Two very nice gentlemen.
Good.
And they were like, hi. So I was sorted. Yeah, how was your day?
My day was pretty good. Not nearly as productive as I would have liked, but that's okay. Tomorrow's another day.
Mine was another day.
Yeah. And how are you feeling about the year almost coming to an end?
I haven't actually thought about what I'm going to do when all this craziness stops. Because I'm so used to go, I'm sure you can relate, like you go, 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 and then all of a sudden you don't go. So we'll see.
When do you finish everything?
At the end of this month.
Okay, that's soon.
Very soon. And I've applied for my honours in educational psychology.
That's
So now
exciting.
I'm just crossing my fingers, or not crossing my fingers, I'm praying. We'll see.
Where have you applied to do it through? Through Cornerstone?
UWC.
Oh, okay, cool.
Yeah.
Excited.
I'd really like to go further into the psychology branch. I love teaching, but I really love psychology. So we'll see how it goes.
That's so cool. When will you hear whether you get in or not?
I think maybe at the end of November.
Exciting. I hope the right thing happens.
Yes, I mean, whatever will happen will be okay. But yeah, I think this is a good step forward. So.
Cool. That's cool. And how's this unit been for you so far?
Sorry, one more time.
How has this unit on creation and evolution been for you so far?
It's been mind-boggling. Yeah, it's not as straightforward as it's not straightforward. But it's been very interesting. And I think it's been really useful too, because I haven't actually thought about the topic a lot. And a lot of people, a lot of people that I know would use this as their main topic for not believing in God. So, like I said, it's good to know the different viewpoints and worldviews and different interpretations of Genesis that people hold, like Christians and non-Christians. And to be able to respectfully argue or discuss maybe. So, well, since I've been doing this unit, it's coincided with something in my life, my spiritual life, which is actually quite weird, but again, nothing is weird, nothing is random. I've been really religious about some stuff, and I would never pick myself as a religious person. My teenage years were really good age, very open-minded, very everything good. So I hate thinking of myself as religious and closed-minded, but I had become that. So it was quite, it was very healthy for me to work through this. It's like showing me I feel like God's working through the material to kind of help me to not be so religious.
That's awesome. It was actually similar for me when I was preparing the material last year. It was very similar also. I had to realize also how religious I'd been and how, I think I mentioned in the video, how I'd been holding on to something so strongly that it was almost as if I was believing that those are the things that save me. And I think in doing that, I'd weakened what the gospel really is. And so preparing for this unit was definitely a process of coming to appreciate the gospel.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Because even though, like, even some of the readings, I haven't really encountered any crazy readings that oppose Christianity in a horrible way. Like, you haven't given any of those readings to us. But even if there were to be some of those readings amongst what we have set aside each week, it still doesn't take away from God. We did, you know, things, and that's like something that I've had to do. But it's all good. I'm really enjoyed the biology unit. Kudos to you.
Thank you.
I was thinking, I was reflecting, because we're almost finished now. So I've really enjoyed this unit a lot. I think it's probably my favorite because it's been really interesting, and it's, yeah, I just feel like I've been clued up on the things. You've set it out very clearly, and I haven't felt confused at any point. So it's really good.
I'm glad. I'm looking forward, at the end of the module, I'll put a survey on Funder, and I'm really looking forward to hearing your feedback and also the other students' feedback. It's actually one of my favorite things about the module is hearing about your...
No, it's good. Awesome.
Yeah. I think that's also why I've appreciated the tutorials that we've had, and I've appreciated that you've come, and I've been sad that other students haven't come, because I really like hearing about how it is for you, how you're experiencing things. And I feel like I've heard that from you, but I haven't heard that from many of the other students. Renita is good at emailing, even though she doesn't come to the tutorials. But I don't know how many of the other students are doing, and it makes me sad.
Yeah, it's also such a small group. You kind of want to be intimate, not intimate, but you want to keep the conversation going.
Yeah.
And there's that privilege of actually getting to know each other better because the group is so small. I mean, like if it was just 2 students this year that kind of interacted with your module, maybe next year will be 4. So
Hang on, I can't hear you. Say that again.
I said if it's just 2 students that interacted with your module this year, then hopefully next year will be 4 and it will grow from there. So,
yeah, that's true.
Was this the first time that you presented the biology course?
Last year was the first time. This is the second year. Yeah.
Actually, today I was just thinking of something. I was at the new school that I'm at, Farmington Primary, and the teacher did an NST lesson with them, and she brought in a model of the ear, and I was like, "That's biology." So it was quite, it was fun. You could see the anatomy of the ear and the name. It's quite fun to see them.
Yeah. Definitely. You must start thinking about in preparation for the feedback. If you have any suggestions about how you think it could be, the module could be improved. Yeah, because like biology is so exciting. Yeah. Anyway.
I wouldn't have any, I mean, I think it was great just as it was. And it's quite, like, how do you say, well-rounded. Because like you tackle a lot of different topics. So yeah, and it was good to relearn topics that I had learned in high school more thoroughly. Yeah, I really enjoyed that. Because in high school they just give you some, I mean they're thorough in some instances, but like they'll normally just give you, this is the question, these are the answers, go, 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 memorize. And don't think too much about the where or the why. So it was good to go into more depth. Especially with the hormone thing. I thought it was more interesting. Yeah. Me and the hormones. I love it. It's funny.
That's funny.
So for the exam, what will we be writing about for the exam?
Excuse me, I said it again?
For the exam, will we be writing about everything except the last year?
Yeah, so it's on everything, Unit 1 to 5. Unit 5, so the creation and evolution stuff, I'm not going to ask you details on the, details on the readings. You just have to be able to do what was said in the unit outcomes, which was like be able to describe what every Christian needs to know about creation or agree on, and maybe a bit about strengths and weaknesses, or be able to describe the key points of the views, you know, like what is theistic evolution or whatever. But then the other 4 units, it'll be tested very much the same as the mid-semester test. So mostly about your knowledge of the things outlined in the unit objectives. So if the unit objective said you have to describe the digestive organs and accessory organs in order from your mouth to the other end, then you're going to be able to do that, you know. But there'll be a bit more emphasis on units 4 and 5 because we haven't done a test on those yet, and fewer marks on units 1 to 3.
All right.
But units 1 to 3 will still be tested.
Okay. That's good to know.
Yeah, and it'll probably be the same setup as the mid-semester test and also last semester's end of semester test, where you have a window of time in which to do the exam, and it'll be 3 hours, and you can go online and get it done. Yeah, and you'll need to sign a thing that says you've put all your books and papers in another room, and you're not going to go onto any web pages or whatever. I mean, you have to like agree to a thing. But yeah, it'll be much the same. Like I said in the email today, it sounds like your exam needs to be, well, let me start again. The exam is set any time in the week of the 27th. Well, that's when it's scheduled. But I'm talking to Cornerstone about what particular date it's going to be on. They're suggesting the 27th, and I'm trying to suggest that it's a bit later so that you can have more time to study. But I'll let you guys know as soon as I know whether it's the 27th or later in that week.
Yeah, it would definitely be, I'm pretty sure Cheryl would agree with it. It would be great to have it a bit later in the week.
Yeah,
because,
yeah.
Especially the full-time students who are doing our practical and then you have to complete it. A lot of things, but yeah, if it's not, I mean,
yeah. I hope it is possible. I'm suggesting the Friday the 31st to give you the most as possible. But we'll see. But yeah, I'll let you guys know as soon as possible. But you should study as if it's going to be on the 27th, I guess, until you know.
All right.
Yeah. Yeah. But you should definitely use the unit objectives as a guide for each of the units. Use it as a guide as you're studying. So almost like a checklist. Like, can I do this? Yes, I'll take it off. Next one, and go through them. Because that's how I set the test. I set it using the objectives. Really.
That's good to know. Thank you.
Yeah. I'm trying to think if there's anything else I can tell you. No. Yeah, just you know that it's on all the material, but there'll be more marks for units 4 and 5.
Awesome. I'll let Cheryl know. I'm not in contact with you yet.
Sorry, what did you say?
Sorry, every time I come here, I kick the mouse down. Every time. But I will let Cheryl know too, because I'm not in contact with the other people, but I know like she's normally busy with the kids and they just moved.
Yeah.
She's not.
Tells me she wasn't here. I'll also put the link to our conversation now online, and tell the other students at what point in the video we spoke about the test, so that they can watch this. Yeah. The essay when is it due? End of next week. Is there anything that you want to know about it?
No, I read through it on Saturday or Sunday. And it seems straightforward. I think because it's not so straight. I mean, it's not straightforward, but it is, but it's not. So I think I'm fine there. I think it's just going to be like choosing. Hard to choose. So I might write you an existential essay.
That's okay. Yeah.
But yeah, hopefully, it seems fine.
Just make sure that you're welcome to write about your process and your thoughts, but just make sure you phrase it as an essay, not as a reflection, because you've had opportunities in the weekly quizzes to reflect. So don't use it as a reflection. Rather address it as an essay. Frame it as an essay where you are arguing a point. Like, you take a stand on which one you think is the one you agree with, or you can choose none. But then argue why that is the way it is. And also just make sure that you give the strengths and weaknesses of the view that you choose, and also the view that you don't choose. So that
if it's more than one view that you don't choose, because I've looked, but there's not one view that there are a couple of views that I would like not choose.
I would suggest maybe just pick one of them for the essay to make your essay simpler, because then you'll be able to, say you said, I don't like theistic evolution and I also don't like progressive creation. Then in your I don't like those kind of, in that section, you're splitting your focus on both of them. But if you just picked one and said, I don't like theistic evolution and this is why, then you'll be able to focus your argument a bit better.
Are you allowed to use like a first-person narrative? Or should you try to keep it like this?
I'm undecided. I don't know. Because you're right, generally in an essay it's not supposed to be first person. Let me just go see what I wrote in the rubric and stuff. Because it's a good question. I think what I'm thinking is the reason maybe not to do first person, or for me to say don't do first person, is because that would make it more like a reflection. And I don't think it should be a reflection. Let me just go. Yeah, I think first person is fine, but just make sure you phrase it as, I mean, you frame your essay as an argument, not a reflection.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, I think particularly for this one because it's a
Academic essay.
it's an academic essay, so it needs to be an argument, but at the same time it's a belief-based argument, if you know what I mean. So you can't. I don't know if it would be really possible to remove yourself completely from it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's not like I'm going to argue to try to convince the reader. More just like a statement of academic backup.
Yeah. Yeah. So I think you need to approach it as almost as a defense of your view, an argument for your for your view and a defense of it. Yeah, so I think first person's fine, but just make sure it's not too emotional or too personal. More like a strategic argument. Does that sound okay?
Yes, that does sound good. A challenge, but it's good.
Yeah, a good challenge, I think, because I know that with this particular topic, it's very easy when people get discussing it, they end up getting emotional and start saying that I'm right because I'm right and you're wrong because you're stupid. Or I believe this because if you believe the other thing, then it would be completely stupid to believe the other thing, or only idiots believe the other thing, or whatever. So it'll be a good discipline to have to base your argument on argument and logic and facts, not emotions.
Yes, definitely. I'm all emotion, so it's going to be interesting.
It's going to be a challenge, yeah. Yeah. Yeah, it'll be interesting, especially because from what I've read of your reflections, you don't feel pressed to choose one view. That'll be interesting. Yeah.
Well, since last week, I felt like, okay, if I have to go and narrow it down, then I will go with the one that I said, the day or age, something like that. That sounds, I mean, if I have to put a label to it, or not label, but if I have to kind of say,
Pick one.
Yeah, then I guess that one would be it.
Also, you keep in mind, this essay doesn't have to be the ultimate expression of your opinion on the topic. You can just pick a view and argue why you think it's strong, and then argue also why you think it's weak, and say you think the strengths might outweigh the weaknesses, but you're not entirely sure, or like you don't have to be 100% convinced of the one that you choose.
Yeah.
So that's fine. Yeah. Yeah, but it'll be a challenge to not make it too personal. But to keep it be a... Okay, cool.
Last week, I definitely started thinking about the whole young age creationist thing. With like the Earth being 6,000 years old or something like that. And I was like, wait, I don't feel like I'm not entirely opposed to it, but it just doesn't sound very credible.
I know, I know. Hello.
Hi, sorry, I don't know what happened.
I don't know either.
Yes, and it's going to be a challenge, but I'm clear on the assignment. Okay.
What were you saying about the young Earth thing?
Oh my gosh, what was I saying? No, I said that it was strange to me to think of the Earth as just being like 6,000 years old, 6 to 10,000 years old. So I feel it's so much older than that. So I guess that was like one of the deciding factors for me to eventually just choose something. Not that I had to, but yeah, anyway.
Okay, cool. That sounds good. I need to go see.
Yeah, it's good.
I was gonna. Oh, can I ask you one question before I go?
Okay.
If this question came up in class, the question of a class you were teaching, the question of creation, evolution. Let's say you were in a Christian school, so you were allowed to speak about your faith. How would you approach it? Tell me briefly.
If the question came up, if there was a debate about evolutionism versus creationism, it depends what they were saying. I think there's no like standard answer to dealing with that. For me, I would just be open to listening to both sides and be tolerable and respectful. Because we act out of love, and I don't. Yeah, I don't know. I guess I would give each, if it were two children, like having a place all about creationism and evolutionism, I would give them both a chance to explain what their beliefs are, and then I would explain to the class and say that we need to be respectful of each other's views. This is what Christians believe in, but other people have different beliefs, and that doesn't make them less as humans. It makes them equally in need of love. All that. So it will be intensely personal and intimate. Won't be objective. But yeah, I guess, I think that's what I would do. There's no standard answer. It would depend on what exactly was spoken about. Yeah.
I think what's good about what I'm hearing you say is that I can hear that you'd be trying your best to model respect by how you, like say there were two kids talking, like you say, you would be treating them with respect, and you'd be modeling for them how they can treat each other with respect, which is really good.
Yeah.
Another thing you might consider is you could use your role as a facilitator or an observer or whatever of the discussion to encourage them to back up their statements. Like, oh dear, back up their statements, not just say random things, but make sure they're logical.
Okay.
I don't know what that is.
Okay.
Okay, you can have
All right. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Okay, I don't know what that was. Yes, I agree with you. To get them to back up their thoughts, why they feel what they feel. Yeah.
Yeah. Be good for you to encourage them in that. Anyway, okay, I must go.
All right, thank you, Megan. It's been
Yeah.
awesome.
Thanks for the conversation.
If I ever see you, then I know what you look like. You know what I look like.
And we can chat.
All right, thank you for the module.
Pleasure. Keep well.
You too. Bye.